update for you on the infant formula crisis, what you need to know about processed food, and a few other health stories for you.
So who else do we turn to but our very own health correspondent, Monica Robbins, who's joining us with a bit of a roundup today.
You know, it's the election roundup today, so I figured, you know, I'll get a bunch of health stories out there and let you know what's going on. So let's start with that infant formula shortage we've been dealing with since February. The FDA approved 2 overseas companies to sell infant formula here in the United States. So parents can now find Danone's Aptamil Care Stage 1 and 2 from Ireland, and also New Zealand's the A2 Milk Company Platinum Infant Formula on store shelves now. Both companies have other products that have been sold in the U.S. for several years, many familiar to you. And the FDA has been leveraging a number of flexibilities to bolster the supply of formula while ensuring that infant formula is safe and provides adequate nutrition. A couple of U.S. formula makers are also saying they intend to expand their manufacturing capabilities to help keep supply stocked. The FDA is still advising, though, against making infant formula at home or diluting formula. You need to talk to your child's pediatrician about options. But this is just one of those problems that just doesn't seem to go away for a lot of people.
And it's just so scary for parents, especially new parents who are just trying to do the right thing.
Right.
So we've been talking about the fact that it's election night. Little birdie told me there's going to be some fun food in the newsroom. I have yet to see it. Has anybody spotted it?
It typically comes in at 6 o'clock.
It does?
There's
all right,
always
perfect.
fun food on election day. Yeah.
Okay, but here's the thing. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, that's
I was just saying,
after 6, yeah.
The fun food is apparently not so fun for our bodies.
Yeah, no, I mean, come on. This is not a shocker to anybody. This should not be a shocker. But get this, a study out of Brazil found consuming a diet in highly processed foods could lead, yes, to early death. Researchers looked at data from dietary surveys to estimate baseline intakes of ultra-processed food, and they found 500,000 adults ages 30 to 69 died prematurely in 2019 after consuming large amounts of things like frozen pizza, ready-to-eat meals, hot dogs, cakes, candy, sausages, soda, and donuts. Yeah, we've long known these foods are linked to an increase in diabetes, cardiovascular disease, and cancer. So, you know, tonight, find an apple. And
whatever. We're going to be hogging down pizza like there's nobody's business.
Well, you know what? Make
Just moderation, right?
Air pop popcorn. Yes, moderation is the key, but there are a lot of people that is their staple diet.
Oh,
so that's
true.
something, you know, you really need to pay attention
You got to mix it up a little bit. And I know with all that processed food, there is no cholesterol that's involved in that. But just in case you consume cholesterol in other ways, and you want to control that cholesterol, some people use supplements to do that, and the Cleveland Clinic says, don't waste your money.
Don't waste your money. Yeah, this is their study. So a new Cleveland Clinic study shows over-the-counter dietary supplements claiming to help lower your cholesterol do not work as well as prescribed medications. Now, they compared a low-dose cholesterol drug to a placebo and 6 commonly used dietary supplements that claim to reduce your bad cholesterol, including fish oil, garlic, cinnamon, turmeric, plant sterols, and red yeast rice. Now, the results showed a low-dose statin was much more effective at reducing cholesterol than any of the supplements, and the medicine was just as safe.
If you've had conversations with your doctor about starting cholesterol-lowering medicines, it's probably best to continue those conversations and not resort to over-the-counter supplements, which generally don't have any great data included in this trial that they actually reduce cholesterol and decrease cardiovascular risk.
Dr. Laffin says it's best for people who are taking these kinds of supplements to treat high cholesterol and have a serious conversation with their doctor and likely stop the supplements and switch to a proven medication. But again, this is something you really have to talk to your doctor about.
I'm so glad you said it because there are so many questions around all of these supplements. I mean, I know people who, at one point I was taking like 9 supplements a day and I went, what am I doing?
Yeah, and you know what? There is some good, you know, to some of these supplements. But I think if you're not talking to an expert and kind of really figuring out, because it also matters what time of day you're taking these supplements. It matters how much of the supplements are you taking. You really need to talk to an expert because these are, you know, even though they're natural, there's natural things can be bad for you as well.
Especially
so.
if you have too much of it.
Exactly.
Yeah, especially if you have too much of it. So we are also in this trifecta of respiratory illnesses right now. I mean, they're flying all over the place, and apparently it's likely going to get worse just based on what we know about how things are this time of year. We know about COVID. We know about RSV. Give us a good gauge of the status of flu right now.
It's gonna get bad.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm putting on my, fortune teller hat right now. But yeah, according to the Ohio Department of Health, we have 135 confirmed cases of influenza in the state that already required hospitalization. That includes 14 in Northeast Ohio. Now, the predominant strain we're seeing is H3N2. That's type A. And it is the same strain that caused a pretty bad flu season in the southern hemisphere. So experts are predicting we will likely see a lot of flu in the coming weeks. Usually flu picks up in January into February, but I would not be surprised to see cases start to make a dramatic tick up by mid-December. The flu shot does protect against type A and type B strains, and now is the time to get one before you see your family for Thanksgiving.
All right, so we've got to make the appointment to get our flu shots. We're going to go wash our hands right now. Monica Robbins, as usual, thank you very much for all of that.
Thanks.